Today we have Rocco the Ragdoll. This episode is brought to you by the letter R. R is for Rocco and Ragdoll. And how apparently we're going to be talking to all of our trolls who join us in our live today. Right? So buckle up, buttercups, and enjoy the ride. Buckle up. He's like, what you doing? What you doing? Gotcha. And nails. And nails. Alright, so his service request is called the Blue Liger. Line in the head in mane and body is the length of blue. This comb attachment, we're going to go in reverse with the orange, but we're going to leave the length of blue, right? See, if you go in reverse with a comb, it's no longer the length of that comb, right? It's shorter. Capiche? Are we on the same page? He's like, I'm leaving. You want the box? There's someone else occupying the box right now. Yeah, our bottle of Orvis. So as good as that product is, it will harden once it reaches a certain temperature if it's too cold. So in order to liquefy it so that I can get it in my squeeze bottles, it has to be warmed up. And then it liquefies, right? Shut. Start with a sanitary clip. Glorious little ragdoll. Not so little. It's huge, actually. He's huge. Alright, and pause. Just getting this perfect pause. Just skimming over the paws with the Watersol clipper on the 0.8 setting. I may need to get a bed for him. Keep him stationary. Because right now he's moving around quite a bit. Alright, initial cut down. When you're doing the comb cut, I'm usually doing the comb in reverse. Going 1 or 2 steps higher than the comb that I want to finish with, which is the blue. So we're going to do the... it works better if you have a corded clipper. It's got a lot more torque. It's not anything that you can really do with a cordless. I mean, you can, but there's not a whole lot of power. There's not a lot of power, Captain. Shut up. I'm using the Andis 2-speed with a wide blade. Cover more ground. Shut the fuck up. The bag is control. You got to go now before I shut your car hole. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. How are everyone doing, boys and girls? Which is why people choose the comb cut, because it's winter time, so that they can keep more of the fur, right? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yes, exactly. You know, cats who live in a thermostat controlled environment at home, They don't know it's winter outside because in their home, it's the same temperature all year round. So your argument is a mute point. Mute. You know what I mean? You understand what that means, right? Mute. Yes, the cat has no clue it's winter out right now. Okay? But that would use logic and common sense, something apparently trolls don't know how to navigate their brain around. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, so we've got to protect his glorious whiskers. Let's do that. Wham. That holds those whiskers in so we don't cut them off by accident. And it acts like a little pillow when he's holding his head down on the table. So. Alright, you ready? He's like, for what? So an orange in reverse is going to be the same as a blue with the grain, pretty much. See what we're doing here? The shorter the comb, colors indicate the length. The shorter the comb, the easier it's going to go through the coat, right? Lots of people have high hopes that if they get their $20 cheap cordless clipper online with the comb attachments, they're going to be able to do this kind of cut. No, it's not going to happen, people. Because one, that cordless doesn't have enough power or torque to get through a thick coat like this. And two, what was I going to say? I was rudely interrupted. Oh, the actual plastic combs that they send you with these kind of clippers are just really crappy. These are the really expensive metal ones. Works much better, give much higher quality. Waka waka. Well, hello. This live was brought to you by the letter R. Rocco, the ragdoll. If you're wondering what's in the heater box, that's my bucket of Orvis, which needs to be heated up in order for it to liquefy, to go into a squeeze bottle, right? Capiche? Capiche? Are we there yet? Is everyone on the same page? There. Alright, so that's your basic cut down. Shut the fuck up, you beggars and trolls. Shut the fuck up before I shut your pot hole. I will do it, and not think twice. 'Cause when you gotta go, you gotta go. Alright, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Alright, rough cut is put in place, right? Now you could take it one step further and you could put in all of the finishing lines before the bath, which a lot of people do. Or you wait until that coat is completely washed and coiffed and fluffed back out again, and you do it at that point, right? And the reason why you would do it before the bath is because all of this trimming down can be a little exasperating to some cats. Rocco's pretty even temperament. Cool Hand Luke is what I call his temperament. So he's going to be fine before and after the bath because his temperament is so even, right? So it doesn't really matter when you put in the finishings. But let's say you've done this cat before and you know he will escalate. You know he will start to get a little bit more, you know, rambunctious. If that's the case, you put the final finishings in before the bath. Capiche? Capiche? Do we understand the technique and strategy there? He's like, I'm leaving. I'll get you a bed. You want a bed? He's like, yeah. Yeah. And you want to be able to see? Well, you're just asking for too much there, buddy. You and your diva. You and your diva demands. All right, in the bed. All right, and he's in the bed. Waka waka. Waka waka. Alright, other side. He said, yeah. And roll. And roll. And roll. There. Do you want that off? Not helping? He's like, no, not really. You're gonna get your whiskers cut off by accident. Rocco, can we just chillax? Can we just chillax? He's like, I am chillaxing. It's not helping. You're not helping. You're just too, what's the word? Too curious. There. Happy hoodie. Happy hoodie activate. Happy hoodie powers activate. Alright, there we go. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. You're gonna get your whiskers cut off. Keep sticking your face over here. By design, we're trying to calm him using a little bit of compression. He did have a loose one. We're just experimenting. So why don't you just sit back and zip it? Unless you've got suggestions, right? If you've got suggestions that you think might help, let's hear it. Okay? Let's hear it. I don't hear anything. You just want to sit there and judge, but you don't want to contribute. Okay. Get the fuck off. I will get you off my page if that's the way you're going to be about it, right? Yeah. It's Rocco. It's Rocco the Ragdoll. He's getting his pre-cut. Grooming is a pre-cut, bath, dry, and the final finishing, right? Or if you go to a dog groomer, you get a pre-cut. They skip the bath, they skip the dry, they skip the final finishing, you know, like they do with all of their dog clients. And they hand you back the cat with just a dry cut, but charge you the same price as a full grooming. Yeah. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? You did it. You did it. Are we getting the general shape of his style yet? General shape. General shape. Waka waka. General idea, general shape. Okay? There. Alright, let's get this through. Waka waka. Alright, off you go. Off you go. Good laddie. Good laddie. Now she wants a smaller tapered mane, so let's see what we can do about that. So we're just getting general shapes put in, right? General shapes. Well, that's just taking forever. All right, general shape. General shape. All right, let's get him in the tub. Right this way. He's like, what do you mean the tub? A tub, a bath. She's like, what you gotta do that for? No reason. He's like, not the bath. Not the bath. Shut the fuck up. You say, ba-da-ba. All right, little one. Let's get this marinated. Wow. 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 Do you need a happy hoodie? It'll make you happy. He said, don't believe it, people. Don't believe the hype. There. See? Pure instant happiness, right? He's like, no, not really. Alright. And glove. And glove. Smelly cat. Smelly cat. What are they feeding you? Smelly cat. Oh, smelly cat. It's not your fault. How did that become a holiday song? Was that episode filmed during the holidays? In the show? Forget. Wow. 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 It's not your fault. Da, 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 da. I don't know, you tell me. You tell me, what do you think? On a scale of 1 to 10, no, on a scale of 1 to 6, 1 being the best, 6 being the worst, how do you think he scores? Oh, gotcha. Cats don't smell. That's another phenomena. Yeah, cats don't smell. And if they do, it's because of humans, right? Because of what they feed them and then how they force them to use a litter box. But cats, by nature, don't smell. Why don't they smell? Because it's important when they're out in the wild not to attract a predator, right? So everyone who keeps thinking that they're grooming themselves, no, that's not my theory. They're not grooming themselves with their tongue. They're unscenting themselves, right? That's my theory. You're removing any and all scent that could cause a predator to come after them. Even though they are living in a home and there aren't any preys coming after them, their instincts just kick in. Smelly cat. Oh, smelly cat. Exactly. If your cat does smell, there's some kind of medical issue. Some kind of medical issue, or you're just giving them the wrong food. Yeah. I remember a vet trying to give me some kind of prescription wet food for my cat after his UTI. I opened up one can of it. The stink that came from that can filled up my entire salon. The smell was a stink, and it was unholy, the fact that food could smell like that. And I was just like, why are you calling this food? Like, what are you talking about? Food should not smell like that, right? No, thank you. Needless to say, I did not subscribe to the special diet from the vet. Cat's been fine. It's not your fault. He's like, it's not? Oh, we got hiccups? Fur ball? Waka waka. Say hi to your peeps. They're right in there. YouTube land. It's a land of make-believe and magic. He's like, really? Yeah. Where? A land of make-believe and magic. He's like, I want to go there. You're already in it. Yeah, you're already in it. Waka waka. Waka waka. I know. And rinse. And rinse. Whee. Whee. Waka waka. Wow. 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 Oh, smelly cat. Oh, smelly cat. Alright, so what is one of the best shampoos to use when you're doing a comb cut on a cat? Answer, texturizing shampoo. Right? What is one of the texturizing shampoos that I keep in my salon? Lay Pooch Puppy. Right? And a Chubb's bar. I use unscented. That is your ultimate duo, texturizing duo. Wow. 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 It's not your fault. Well, which is it? Am I the most gentle bather of cats you've ever seen, or is it too harsh and too much? You all are going to see whatever you want to see. Watching cats being groomed is a Rorschach ink blot test. You see what you want to see. Right? Wow. Wow. You did it. He said I did? Yepper. Ready for your rinse and towel wrap? We are good to go. Oh, welcome to my feral community for anyone who's joining my live right now. If you don't understand the shitstorm that's happening in my comment section, you're missing out, people. It's feral. Feral, I tell you. People in general are just feral. Just saying. You may drive around in a Porsche and live in a nice house, but you're really feral. Yeah. And rinse. Yep, see that? Now we got someone saying I'm gentle again, right? Others trying to call for animal abuse, right? Like literally calling the agencies to report animal abuse, right? Yeah. So you see what you want to see, right? We let the video capture what the truth is, right? Because the camera doesn't lie, people. It doesn't twist the truth. It doesn't try to gaslight. It literally just captures the truth, right? Why we videotape, right? So, She is a he. This is Rocco. Rocco, the ragdoll. Not before. Well, your powers of observation suck because we only washed twice. The video would have captured that, but your mind fills in the blanks, right? Yep, 2 washes, a degreasing wash and a finishing, right? So, for those who have very little powers of observation, you probably don't want to become a cat groomer. Because it takes observation skills to understand what's happening with the cat, right? She's like, you bitch. No, I'm not being a bitch. I'm just trying to explain. 1, your brain fills in the blanks of what you think you're seeing. The videos are capturing what's actually happening. You're saying the cat's been bathed 3 times, and I'm saying we always just wash twice, right? And if the cat is coming in every 6 to 7 weeks on a regular basis, then we just do it once, right? Because they don't need that really, really deep clean, because they're coming in on a regular basis. You can usually skip the degreasing, usually. What are you saying, Rocco? What exactly are you saying? What exactly are you saying? Here we go. Same as every other cat that comes in for grooming, right? 2 washes. Right? You know what happens when you only wash once? All that oil and dander is still in your cat's coat, right? Yeah. The difference between what you do with your cat at home and what we do here with our salon clients is we actually get paid for the service. Right? That'd be like taking your cat to a detailing shop and they turn around and charge you $200, but they never bother to vacuum or do the windows. Right? That's what it would be like. Would you pay? Would you pay if they've never bothered to vacuum or do the windows? I don't think so. Doubt it. Waka wah, wah 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 wah, wah 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 wah, wah 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 wah. It's not your fault. The only one who's hostile is the bitch who has that word coming out of their mouth, right? Isn't that always the case? Gaslighting, projection, isn't that how it always works? The very thing you accuse people of is what you're most guilty of yourself. Yeah, so welcome to Psychology 101 combined with cat grooming. Because yes, you're going to need psychology when grooming cats and dealing with trolls like you, right? Fact. 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 It's not your fault. When you go to work and you work 9 to 5, you expect a paycheck, right? You're not just going into work for free, right? You don't get up, get dressed, go to work and work all day for nothing, do you? So shut the fucking bull crap and double standards. This is a job. A professional groomer, this is their job, right? We're not working at some rescue where we're doing groomings for free. This is a goddamn job, people. So why would you expect us to be doing it for free? Unless you want to turn around and make it a non-profit. Yeah, you could do that. I know a couple of groomers who stopped charging their clients, right? And they turn it into a non-profit, and they rely on the money that they get from their live stream to cover their costs, right? So it is possible to do. Do you understand the concept of a towel wrap? You wrap the cat in a towel, and you give it time for the towel to do the job, right? You understand the concept. You know, like when you wrap your own head around with a towel and then you leave it there. It's the same concept, right? It's the same concept. It's not your fault. And then you take the towel off because we're going to rewrap the cat in another towel wrap, because you usually want to do 2 towel wraps if you want to get maximum absorption with the towels, right? So what you think is a long time is really what happened. What, 2 minutes just went by? 2 minutes? And how long do you keep the head towel wrap on your head? 15 minutes? Right. Oh, wheel! It's not your fault. Wow. When you're swimming in a lagoon and a pack of piranhas swims up to you and tries to eat you alive, when you try to fight back, do you accuse the swimmer of being hostile against the piranhas? No, bitch. The swimmer's defending itself. You understand the difference, right? Good, Maddie. You did it. You did it, buddy. It's not your fault. Am I using too much logic and common sense? Are we dealing with a 12-year-old? Like, who are we talking to here? Name calling? Oh, I don't think I've mentioned anybody's names. I've called people out of their names, but I've never used anybody's names before. Is this just how to gaslight? So there's 2 lessons going on apparently, people. One is how to groom a cat, and the other is how to professionally gaslight. Yeah, you got a couple of different lessons going on at the same time. Right? Hopefully you all learned something. Right? And worst case scenario, you might even learn what not to do when going live as a cat groomer. Yeah. So I serve my public well. I do. I just don't think you appreciate me. That's the biggest problem. You don't appreciate me. Alright, let's see. Yep. You heat up the orifice. It liquefies right now with one big cake block. Ugh. There we go. Wow. Yee. Good, Maddie. Good, Maddie. Good, Maddie. Yee. It's not your fault. You did it. Alright, let's heat up the Shalandy, and we're going to fluff out his coat. It's not your fault. Alright, let's put some happy hoodies on. Put them here. Start with this one. Ready, steady. Here we go. Where? Good. A little bit of a squirm worm. There you go. Here you go. Get on the bed. Get on the bed. Sometimes that bed will stop the cat from being a squirm worm. Sometimes, not all the time. And go fuck yourself. Right? Oh, I'm trying to have fun while swimming amongst live piranhas trying to eat me alive, right? But you want to make it about me wanting to be better than other people? Oh no, I'm just swimming amongst piranhas right now. You can't even see that, can you? No. Or the fact that I'm literally showing live grooming cats because 90% of the public knows nothing about how to groom cats. I am freely giving that knowledge, right? Freely. You think I'm getting paid for this? No, I don't think so. I'm getting paid to groom my cat client, right? But yet you can't even recognize that. So your powers of observation suck, and you should never be a cat groomer. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, well, little known fact, little Miss Molly. They've done studies on people who swear like a sailor, and they are the truest, most loyalist people you will ever meet in your life, right? Yeah. So, little Miss Chris Molly, you can get over yourself. Happy cat, oh happy cat. Oh, get over yourself. That's right, Grinchy. Wow. See that? I just showed you guys a technique, but you were too interested in trying to prove some kind of narrative or argument concerning me that you missed the technique on the bed, right? What's the bed doing? Lazy Susie. Squirm worm cat who keeps running around. You put them in the bed, they stop trying to run away, right? But you missed that because all you really want to do is come on here and troll the cat groomer, right? So, you know what I do when that happens? You see this little ear set? I take it off so that I can't hear you anymore. So I can get back to doing what it is that I'm doing, right? So you can all talk amongst yourselves. What are they feeding you? Oh, smelly wow. Meow. 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 Alrighty then. We're going to do the final coif and then let them sit in the dryer box for a little bit. What's the final coif? Oh, I don't know. Spray some pink Paw Pals grooming spray on the cat and then get a fine tooth comb, fairly fine tooth comb through the entire coat. Separate out all of that fur. Allow that dryer box to just aerate his coat. Because if you're going to sculpt a cat in a comb cut, you know, these comb cuts, $200 is the going rate for some of these comb cuts at a cat grooming salon. Right. And if you're going to do it the correct way, you're going to leave a bunch of length, right? If you're just going to cheat, you're going to use a blade attachment, or you're going to do a comb that you might as well just use the blade for instead, and then you call it a comb cut, and then you're able to charge $200 for it. But really, all you did was pick up, you know, if you had just picked up a 7F and run the blade through the cat with the 7F, it would have done the same damn thing, right? Yeah. Groomers get creative. But I would imagine they're no different from any other workforce, right? You got your shitheads, your a-holes, your brown nosers. You've got the entire central casting in any work environment, right? So why should grooming be any different, right? Thanks, Catwoman. Like catching mice in an alley, right? Only trouble is gee whiz. I'm sure there's other workforces that are a little bit more toxic than others. I would imagine a lawyer would be in a very toxic environment. Hairdressers, that's pretty toxic. When you think about it, it doesn't really matter what workforce you jump over to. Human traits, human behavior is going to be the same regardless, right? I just would think that some workforces might bring out the best in people better than others, right? From being overly stressed, underpaid, longer hours. Yeah, that bring out the best in people, right? There's Rocco. We're just going to aerate out his coat for a little bit and then pull him back out again and do his final finishings. He's getting the blue comb cut. We call it a Liger because he's got the mane of a lion and then the body of a tiger. So we combine the two and call it a Liger, right? It's called the blue Liger because we're going to be using the blue comb attachment with the grain. It's no longer a blue Liger if you're going against the grain, because if you go against the grain you're going shorter than what the blue represents, right? So it's no longer going to be a blue Liger, is it, if you go in reverse? It's going to be more like a purple. Yes, it gets shorter. This would be shorter, the purple. See how thin that is? So the purple would be the shortest. Suppose you could do the velvet, but then again, the velvet is going to be this purple in reverse, right? Purple reverse comb attachment is the same as a 7F with the grain, right? So why use a comb attachment when a 7F is going to go through that cat's coat like buttering toast, right? So you can start with the 7F with the grain, after the bath, final finish, and then just go in reverse with the purple comb attachment once the coat is nice and clean. And then you can do it that way, right? Capiche? Capiche? Is there anyone like who's here, who's actually here to learn about grooming cats? Or are you all just here to troll or watch with your popcorn the entertainment? A little both? A little of both maybe? The safety clipper is what we recommend by One Is All. This is our safety clipper. This is what we recommend for any sanitary clip. The setting would be 1.4, which is the closest to a 10 blade, right? Yeah. I equate it to, they make a samurai sword. They hold it over the fire 1,000 times, bang it down, bend it, bang it down 1,000 times, right? That is how you make a samurai sword, stronger and sharper than any other sword on this planet, right? So basically going live as a cat groomer is the same exact process that's happening with the trolls taking you as a content creator, holding you over the fire as they're hitting you over the head, right? But what they don't realize is that the process of their trolling is making you, the content creator, the sharpest and strongest samurai sword on the planet, right? So thank you, trolls. I don't think you understand what exactly you are enabling. Bet you didn't know that, right? Bet you didn't know. Because the average size of a piranha's brain is about that big. There we go. Yes, forged in fire. And the trolls are the ones doing it. They think it's going to take the content creator down. Well, I suppose it could take depending on that particular content creator, I suppose it could take them down. But for people like me, Generation X baby, oh no, that just makes me stronger and sharper. Yeah. That's the part about trolling that these younger generations don't know about when it comes to Generation X. Oh, you said it now. Alright, who used the M word? Did you get that already? Ah. Alright, you ready? So, well, I hope you know how to swim, trolls. You mean over the bridge, over water? Yeah, let's hope you know how to swim. And if you don't, we're not coming in to save you. There we go. You used the M word. Bye-bye. See ya. Alright, final finishings. For the person who asked the question, how do I wash my cat's belly and legs? Because they have difficulty. If you are putting your cat in a bubble bath, submerged underwater, with a shampoo in the water, you're washing their belly and legs, right? So all right, let's get her done. Get her done. Get her done. Only trouble is Jesus. I'm giving my life away. Alright, so the secret to a good comb cut is a good bath and make sure the cat is fully dry. Waka waka. Waka waka. Oh, he's purring. Oh, he's purring. You don't believe me. You hear him? Can you hear the purring? But apparently, you've got your hands over your ears because you don't want to listen to it. Right? He's like, I'm going back to the box. Put the bunny. You did it wrong. That's probably why. You have no techniques. You should have no business trying to wash a cat if you don't even know what techniques. If you don't know what techniques to use for your cat and there's blood everywhere, chances are you were trying to groom your cat without the use of any kind of techniques, right? So until you can learn those techniques, you're better off just asking your vet or trying to get a hold of a pre-treatment until you have learned how to, grasp what techniques are going to work on your cat. Yeah. Yipper. Yipper. You're just glorious, Rocky. You're just glorious, Rocky. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Put the space heater on. Alright, final finishing. Blue comb with the green, right? We already went against the grain with the orange. And then we're going to go with the grain. This is how I do it. Every groomer is going to do the comb cut a little differently. Some actually don't even use these clippers and comb attachments, and they'll just whittle that cat down with a pair of these, right? I've seen every different way that you could possibly do a comb cut on a cat, right? But the one way you're probably not going to do it is if you're using the attachments that come with your cheap cordless clipper that you pay $30 for online. Chances are you're probably not going to get a really nice comb cut from a product like that, right? He's still purring. He's like, I feel good. So good. so good, 'cause I got you. Bum, 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 ba-da. Bum, 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 ba-da-da, bum, 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 ba-da-da, bum, bum. Wow. 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 Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining. Come again. Bum, 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 ba-da-da, bum, 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 bum. Come again. We'll be serving up some piranha jambalaya next time you come around. Gotta think of something to do with all these piranha trolls. Yep. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Got a little damp spot right in there, so let's dry that up a little bit. We did it. Alright. We're probably going to need to use his bed since it's kind of all over the place. Or can be. So let's do the bed. Wham, wham. He's like, dope. Dope. Alright, have you ever seen a dog being finished? Their final finishing? Right? They'll start with the finishing spray. They'll fluff that coat out. You're usually seeing that with like a poodle or a doodle, right? There's no difference if you're going to be offering a comb attachment, comb cut with a scissor finish on your clients, right? It's the same exact technique. That's awesome. He's not gonna cooperate. Listen up here. Seems we have a failure to communicate there, Rocky. Well, this is how you groom a dog anyway. They're just sitting up, standing up, right? No different. Right? Some cats prefer to be groomed like a dog. Normally you're grooming them with them laying down, right? See, I don't think this bed is helping, so let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. Wow. Let's try again. Rocky, you're a cat. You're gonna get groomed like a cat. He's like, dope. Dope. Flufferoonie. No. He's just on the move from the time he came out of his cat carrier. Like trying to groom moving water. Like trying to groom moving water, people. Alright. Let's try it this way. Here we go. A little bit of grooming spray. Flufferoonie. Flufferoonie. Wow. Pair of chunkers, the forbidden cat grooming tool, right? Used everywhere in the world for grooming cats, except unless you are under the tutelage of certain cat grooming organizations. They will forbid you to use this forbidden cat grooming tool. Probably because the president of that organization wasn't a dog groomer and never learned hand scissoring techniques, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's just my take on it. Okay, you're a little bit too big there, Rocky, to be not cooperating. Mm-hmm. You break my back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna break my back. How about if I get you off your feet? Try and get you to do a little bit of cooperation. And have you groomed like a cat. To save my back from having to hold you up like that. There's only so much of that my back can take. Okay. Wee-hee. Wee-hee. You think it tickles? You think it tickles some? Maybe. Okay. Alright, other side. Other side, you big goof. You big goat. You big goat. There we go. There we go. Choo, 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 choo. No, we're not flipping yet. He's a cat who's part dog. He knows he's a cat. Because he's insisting on being groomed like a dog. Which means he wants to just sit up. So, we'll do it that way. Well, see, the owner wanted a haircut, so she brought her cat to a cat grooming salon so that, you know, her cat could get a haircut. Just like, you know, dog groomers do with their dogs, right? And for the exact same reasons. Maintenance grooming on a cat, right? Maintenance grooming on a cat, right? He's a ragdoll. Big one. Big one. But we're going to pull the ace card with Rocky because he's being quite the evasive one. How do you pull an ace card on a ragdoll cat? You scrub them and they go completely limp. Not something you can do with any cat. But you always got that ace if you're working on a ragdoll. You always have that ace. So you might as well use it. Okay? That's still a little damp. Yeah, he's gorgeous. He's gorgeous. Kind of all over the place, but he's gorgeous. I mean, he may last 10 seconds in any one position, and then he's up and at it again. You know, 10 seconds is about all you get with him. I'm gonna hold his one arm. Try and do it this way until he figures out a way to wiggle around it. Okay. No, let's try it. Do we have one? Thank you. Is that the first time he's ever had a suggestion? I don't have any. It's not a bad idea. But thank you. Keep the suggestions coming. Bet you that would work too. Wham! You big goat. Ugh. So we're just going to try and do this one-handed and pretend like there's a little hair clip on the back of his neck. But then again, he usually lasts 10 seconds in any one position. So we extended that by a little bit. Yeah, we extended that by just a little bit. Yeah, and just think, we get to do it all over again with his sister, who's waiting in the wings. Right? We do the same exact thing all over again. Only she is an irritable little queen. So we're going to go from a prince to a grumpy queen. Yay. Alright, so how do you know when you're done with your grooming of your cat with the comb cut? Because this could quite literally turn into the never-ending groom. You'll always see something you have to adjust, right? Well, you take a dryer, scrub them out. This live was brought to you by the letter R. R is for Rocco. Rocco the Ragdoll. Rocco the Ragdoll. Imagine that, hair blowing around in a grooming salon. What will they ever do? What do you think these groomers would do after they, blow out a husky or a German shepherd? What do you think they're going to do about it after they blow all that fur all over their salon? What do you think they're going to do about it? Shop vac, maybe? Maybe? Possibly? Alright, there you have it. Like grooming, moving water. I don't think you'll appreciate what just happened here, people. You just groomed a cat, constantly moving around like moving water, and you can't even appreciate the fact that this cat just got put in a comb cut, right? She would be me. My name is Sam. You're in a cat grooming salon, and this is not my cat, it's the client, right? Can we just, the powers of observation there, people. Can we maybe use some of them? And you, my dear, should never become a cat groomer. You can't even figure that part out, right? need to have observational skills to work around cats, right? To say. I mean, you don't, but it's probably not going to go well for you when you can't even read the cat, right? And you get bit or mauled because you pushed that cat too far and never saw the signs, right? Yeah. Oh, darn. Guess what I forgot to do? Darn, darn, darn. Darn, darn, darn. She wants his tail in a lion tail. Same length as his body. Yay, we forgot to do that. So let's put that in. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Wow. Bum, 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 ba, da, da, bum, 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 ba, ba, da. Yeah, see, I've already been polite about it. I told you what my name was. She is what you call a cat. But when you're talking in someone's life, someone who's already told you what their name is, you don't just keep talking as though I'm not here, right? And you don't just keep referring to me as she, right? That's what you do with a cat or a dog, right? Know your etiquette. Know your etiquette, people. Is it possible to train a troll? Maybe. Not sure. Taming of the Shrew. I mean, remember that movie? So I guess it would be possible. Best movie ever. Anyone see that movie? Taming of the Shrew? Best movie ever. There we go. The grooming itself is the longest. It is the longest service request asked for. The comb cut. Why it's in red letters on our website. We're not going to offer this if your cat does not have an even temperament and if it's matted. Yeah. You did it. You did it. That balloon. You did it. Alright, so one blue Liger cut. Liger is half lion, half tiger. The head and mane is a lion. The body is a tiger, same length all over, right? Down to his paws. His name is Rocco, the ragdoll. And this is how he rolls, right? This is his natural temperament, right? And yeah, that's his natural temperament. Just a big old sweetheart. All right, we're gonna cut the live and come back on again with his sister, who's getting the same exact thing. Only she's an irritable little cow, queen. Yes. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Grinchy. Catwoman, if you're still here. Two Skulls, if you're still here. You're so cute. He's the best boy ever. And I don't just mean, I'm not just saying that. He really is, right? He really is. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Catwoman and Grinchy. We'll be right back. Should we go live with your sister? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, might as well. We'll show the good, the bad, and the ugly around here, all right? All right, talk to you later. Bye.